맨즈 오픈 바디빌더 삼손 다우다를 모시고 간단하게 인터뷰 한번 하겠습니다. Mr. Dauda, you have a huge fan base here in South Korea.
Yes.
You inspired a lot of people back then in 2020. Please say hello to South Korean bodybuilders.
Man, all my fans in South Korea, all my supporters in South Korea, thank you very much, honestly, because my rise and everything upside for me for bodybuilding started in South Korea. Me coming over there in 2020 and risking it all just to get to this point here today. It all started when I came to South Korea, and I was so welcomed, and you guys supported me so much and been supporting me ever since then. And I honestly want to just say to all of you guys, thank you so much. Because of you, I'm here today. So thank you.
When did you start working with Milos Sarcev?
So I started working with Milos in about May 2021. Yeah.
So what made you decide to working with him?
Basically, I had a coach, John Meadows. Late John Meadows, and I basically started working with him in 2020, just towards the ending of 2020. And we kind of went into 2021 and everything else, and we had a good off season and everything else going to the show. But unfortunately, John passed out when I was prepping for the Arnold UK, which was in about September time, about 8 weeks out from my show. And John has always spoke to me about Milos, and he's always said about he shared ideas with Milos and everything else. So at that point, I was in the point where I didn't know if I wanted to do the show anymore because I just lost my coach. So, I thought, okay, people told me, you know what, John, you and John already started something special. You want to make sure you finish what John started with you. John already said he saw you making it to the Olympia today. So he's like, you know what, why don't you finish what you and John started? And I sort of thought, if I'm going to do this, I need a coach that knows how John works, that has been here before and knows how to work with me. So I contacted Milos and I said, look, John always speaks highly about you. And I'm in a situation right now where he's gone and I have nobody and I don't know if I'm going to do the show. So from there on, Milos was like, okay, let's do it. So we've been working together ever since.
From late 2021 and earlier 2022, you did a lot of shows. And you won the first pro show, which is Prague Pro.
Yes, I did. Yes, thank you.
Very impressive years to you.
Thank you very much.
So I really want to know the weight difference between 2020 and earlier 2022.
Okay, so 2020, I think we were on stage about 270 pounds, which is about 121 kilos, about that. And then when we started working together and we get into 2022, the early stages of 2022, this off season that went off, I went to 330 pounds, which is 150 kilos. Now, coming down now, we basically decided when we got to about 10 weeks out, I think I was about 140 kilos at the time, and we just decided, okay, we wanted to stop checking my weight because it made it too much of a focus, and I wanted to really get in shape for the show. So, and I know if I look at my weight all the time, it will detract from me concentrating on conditioning. So intentionally, we basically said, okay, right, put the scale aside, don't check your weight, do the show, and we'll get you ready, and then after the week before the show, we'll check it. Wow. So, although we checked out my weight 2 days ago, I don't know what it is. The only person that knows what it is my partner. So
I really want to know that.
She's the only one who knows how much I officially weigh right now. And after the Olympia is done, she's going to show me a video of me standing on scale with actual how much I weigh for the Olympia. So, we wanted to do it that way so my weight doesn't become the talk of the show. It becomes more that, okay, we've seen you on Olympia, we've seen how you've done, and now I can tell you how much I did weigh in the show.
So this year's Mr. Olympia, what is the main focus of your parts?
It's to improve. We came out when we did Arnold earlier this year, and the feedback we had from the judges was they wanted me to bring up my back, so get a bigger, thicker back, bring up the shoulders, and just get a much drier conditioning. So we had the off season of 5 months. Started working with Milos officially, and he had me for the first time. We did a full off season. And from there on, we just grew and grew. Milos said he was going to make me big, but I didn't realize how much bigger he was going to make me. So when he said, I was going to make you 30 pounds bigger, I was like, I just thought, people bodybuilding, they always say, I'll make you be 30 pounds bigger, but you never see it. So when we kind of started working in the off season, the weight just came on, and then we got to 320 pounds, and I was like, okay, this is crazy. I've never been this big before. It was crazy. I was like, no, we keep going, and we climbed 325 pounds, and then towards the end of it, 330 pounds. And then it was like, okay, that was a lot of mass. I've never been that big before, you know. So we came down from that weight there. I'm just like everybody, I'm very curious to know what I weigh for the show. I'm really dying to know, but I thought, you know what, focus on the show. Afterwards,
Okay.
we can figure that one out.
A lot of people are talking about you as a top 10 competitor.
Oh, wow.
Or even a few people talk about you're going to be the first crowd.
Oh man, that would be amazing.
Is that the pressure for you, or?
It is pressure, man. It is pressure, you know, because like it's my first Olympia, and what happens is when you're doing your first one, you always feel the need that you just want to enjoy the experience. You want to take it all in. So, you know, winning Prague and qualifying for this year's Olympia, it felt like, okay, just enjoy the experience. You know, don't take it too seriously in terms of competition. Bring your best and just enjoy it. And you know, my idea then was, okay, I just want to be lucky enough to make top 10. Okay, if I can make top 10, wow, I'll be happy, you know. So when obviously we started prepping and get in, people started seeing the progress we were making, and then the talk and everything started coming louder and louder. And it did sort of like, because I'll be lying if I say it didn't make me feel pressured, because I'm a human being. Yeah. We hear the talk, and when you hear a lot of people expect you to be here, you start working harder, and you want to work to prove that, okay, you can do that. So that's just been what it is. I mean, at the end of the day, I still managed to put my head down and focus on bringing my best package. But I did experience the pressure this prep, and I'll say this has been the hardest prep I've ever done.
Okay, Mr. Dauda, thanks for the interview.
Oh, thank you very much.
Follow up on your Mr. Olympia show.
Oh, thank you very much, man. Thank you very much. Really appreciate it. Thank you.